Hi everyone, and welcome to a new season of the podcast and the start of season 2. We will kick this season off with a special episode, which is a recording of a live coaching session with 2DKiri that was done on stream on my streaming channel over at Twitch. 2DKiri have appeared on the podcast before when I interviewed her in episode 2 in season 1. This is the first coaching session to start up my coaching of 2DKiri to get into a routine of more physical activity. Activecast is a podcast about exercise and training for streamers, gamers, and people who sit still a lot. And I'm your host, Marcus, or Fahloin as a username on Twitch and other platforms. In this episode, we talk about motivation, your personal driver that helps you keep going, and smart goal setting. The coaching session is a conversation between me and 2DKiri, where we focus on setting foundations for Kiri to be able to start building an everyday routine with exercise. During the coaching session, the chat on Twitch could send in questions. Some of them were answered on stream after the podcast recording ended, but questions and answers will be picked up and handled afterwards. So, if you have any questions that pop up during the episode, do not hesitate to send them to me as a DM on Twitter at ActiveCastPod, as a mail at activecastpod@gmail.com, or as a comment on our YouTube channel. So let's jump into the episode. I hope you will enjoy this episode and the rest of the interviews throughout the season. Hi Kiri!
Hello, Fahloin.
How are you doing?
I'm great.
Did you have a good stream?
Yes, absolutely. I'm slightly nervous because it's just a very busy day and I've got something important after this as well. But excited, like not, oh God, we're all gonna die nervous, just very excited.
I'm nervous too, because this is the first time I do a live podcast like this, and it's also the first time I coach in front of a lot of people. I've done, and also the first time I do it like this. I mean, I've been coaching digitally before, and also in like groups and stuff, but not like this. But it's fine.
Yeah,
so it's good.
But it's cool trying something new, right?
It's kind of cool actually, and I will also I will break it for you and chat now. I got an OK Go on my podcast at work today. And they were like,
"Congratulations!
This is cool. We will do this as a crash course because no one have done this before in Sweden. So it's like, let's do it. It's like
that was perfect.
Taking content creation into my day job, so that's good.
Are you allowed to say what the podcast is going to be about?
Yeah, I am. It's about it's going to be about sustainable development and Agenda 2030, so the global goal, the UN global goals that all the countries in the world have signed that will obtain. So that's cool. So that's really nice. All right. I'm also a little bit, I'm usually talk a lot to chat, so now I'm just ignoring them, which feels a little bit weird, but that's fine because I will have all focus on you today.
That is true. But I saw that people can ask questions.
Yes.
So if you've got questions, ask them and we'll get back to you later.
Exactly. And I said that if we have time, we can pick up some questions and talk about them because there can be some relevant questions that comes up during our discussions. But if we don't have the questions or the time, we will answer them somehow afterwards, like on YouTube, TikTok, or whatever.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. So to put this into a background and a context, you and me have been talking about exercise and training kind of a long time, actually.
Yes.
And some time back, I helped you and your sister a little bit with running, like running form and stuff.
Not
too much.
Actually, coach us already.
Yeah, I did a little bit, not too much, but a little bit for you to run a charity run.
Exactly.
Yeah, and that went very well.
It did. That was 2021. Was that last year? I think it was last year.
I think so too.
In May.
Yeah.
And that was really good because I went from not running at all to a lot. I don't remember actually, but it was a lot. I was dead afterwards. But it was for good cause.
It was. And you did good because you actually you put it into a routine and actually got running, even if you don't like it. But I'm proud of you.
Don't. Thank you.
That you managed. And then after that, we have been talking like on off with it, about it. And then you were on my podcast episode 2, and we talked a little bit more about training and exercise. Yeah. And then we had a you and me had a call that we talked about streaming stuff and content creation in a whole, but we started to talk about training exercise too. And then we came up with like, yeah, well, maybe I should coach you. Or you said that maybe you should coach me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I struggle with motivation. I just need somebody to basically stand behind me and then just poke me and say, work out, do this. Have you done that yet? And just generally to, I don't know, give me an idea of what I actually should do. So you are a coach. It's like, that's a good fit. I can help you out with content and you can help me out with actually getting fitter and becoming more healthy, hopefully.
Absolutely so. And I'd be glad to do that. Or I'm glad to do that.
Yeah.
So I mean, it will I know kind of how you work a little bit. I need to poke you and you need to schedule stuff, and I kind of know how you work, but people are very different. So the biggest challenge for a coach is to get to know the people they coach. Because some people you have to like nudge a little bit. You can't tell them, have you done that? Have you done that? Because then they are like, hell no, I'm stopped.
Yeah.
I won't do this. But you are more one of those persons that I need to like write a message like, have you done this today? Or have you So you're one of these. I mean, and there's some people I just need to be like mean to, and it's like it's very different how people receive coaching. So, but I kind of have a feeling for you, but I need to get to know you a little bit more. So we'll go through 3 things today. And those 3 things is something I always use. I use this in my coaching, and I also do it in my day job and so on. And most organizations are working in this way. And it's the why, it's the how, and it's the what. And the core thing is the why. So why do you want to do this? Why do you want to commit to get into a more physical healthy lifestyle? And what is like your driver?
Right. I mean, healthy is already the answer, actually. I want to be healthy. I had a phase earlier this year where, because I'm a streamer, I sit a lot. And I didn't really go outside. And that was just, I'm missing the right word, but that got even worse with COVID and the pandemic and just staying inside, not going outside. So that got even worse. And then I started having back pain. And I couldn't sit or stand, or like everything just hurt, right? And I turned 30, so I felt like I'm not supposed to hurt all over yet, not completely at least. So that was super scary. I started walking a lot, and I got a standing desk. So I changed things already a bit in my routine to get rid of that. But I feel like only reacting to pain is not good. So my motivation is, I don't want to be in the position that I'm like, oh God, this hurts. I now need to do something, but I want to do something in advance so that I don't hurt. And I also see that with my parents, because they're in the late 50s and early 60s, and they're not so fit. And I don't want to be like that when I'm that old. Like I want to be able to just do things still. Maybe not the most extreme, but like, walk around and live life and not be in pain. So that's kind of my motivation.
Yeah. I mean, that's like kind of a good motivation to not get ill. Kind of. Yeah, for sure. So, and I mean, that's a good motivation in a long term. But do you have like will that drive you to do your workout every day? Because it's
no. That's why we're here, because rationally, I realize that is the ultimate motivation, and I don't want to be in pain.
Yeah.
But does it work today when I'm tired? No, because I'm not in pain. I'm fine. I don't have to work out.
So why would you do it now then?
Well, so you know how I work, but basically because somebody nudges me and says, do this, or because it's in my calendar. Because I'm one of those people, I actually need to put it in my calendar and then I'll do it. Or we're going from this with a content creation perspective, right? Because now it's kind of Fahloin's content, so that makes it work. I love my work and I can just work forever. So if I pretend this is work, it sounds stupid, but then I'm actually going to do it. If it's just, just for me, just for, free time, I'd rather do something else. But if I can trick myself into thinking it's work, I'm going to do it.
So what is it in work that, like, when you work, what is it in work that drives you so much? What is it that you go up every day and do? I mean, you have I am nagging on you with this all the time, but you have a mental schedule when it comes to content creation, with all the Twitch and all the stuff you're doing connected to content creation. Is less like, okay, chill, because it's a lot.
It is.
So what is it in that drives you? Because that is what you need to find for the training also. I mean, not the same like huge passion, but there's something in there that helps you go up every morning and do this content creation stuff. What is that feeling?
It's, first of all, I love it. Like, it's super fun and I enjoy it a lot. But then it's also the commitment I've made. Because, I have the schedule, so people expect me to stream. And then I expect myself to put content up on YouTube. I'm slacking a bit with Instagram because that's, not that committed there.
Yeah, I know.
But like, I'm a planner. I have the schedule. People are expecting this. I've committed to it. So that's part of it. But the other part is I want to do well, and I want to, reach something.
Yeah.
I want to achieve something, and I want to do better and improve myself and try new things. So, I'm just saying yes to all the opportunities, basically, and just trying out new things and doing that.
You're kind of curious. All right, that's good. I think that's what you should like have a grasp on when you think about the training also, like to achieve something and to do good, like you do with the content creation. I think you should like have that feeling when you do content creation and you feel that you're striving for something, you're jumping onto something because you're curious about it, and you're working relentlessly towards those goals that you put up for yourself.
Yeah.
And I think that is you can take that and transfer that over to your training also. So that is kind of the why. It's like you want to do good, you want to achieve stuff. I mean, I've seen you achievement hunting. It's like, okay. I love that commitment.
Let's just make it an achievement, right?
Yes,
Easy.
of course. It's like I really like that, and it's I think you should.
True.
I think that is what you should like aim for also in your training. You should have that kind of drive in your training too. So we will come back to that, but.
Okay.
Yeah. So your motivation is basically to do good, to achieve stuff, and ultimately it is because you want to be healthy and so on. So for my long-term goal is that I usually say that I know I've told you this before, but I want to run a marathon when I'm 94 years old. I don't say that I will do that, but I will be able to. And then I cannot slack off, because if I'm going to do that, I need to, like, I'm 44 now, and I need to be able to run 50 kilometers, a trail ultra marathon. Because if I cannot do that now, I will sure as hell not run a marathon when I'm 94.
Yeah.
So I think that is how you need to like look at it also. So you want to be healthy, you want to be able to stand up from the sofa when you're like 85 without everything hurting.
Yeah.
And you want to be able to sit down for 6 hours and game when you're 85 years old without everything hurting.
Yes.
Yeah. Achieve all those 100% achievements on Steam.
Exactly.
And I mean, that is basically what you are aiming for, I would say.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. No, sitting as much as I do without pain. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So that's good. So that is your motivation then, basically. So how will you do that to keep this up? Because that motivation, I can promise you with I almost said 99%, but 100% certainty that motivation will disappear in like 2 weeks, because
I know.
Motivation. I often got that question. How do you motivate yourself? Well, I don't, because motivation is very flimsy. It is like it's 1-2 weeks, and then it's like that's out of the window. So you need to build it on something else. The motivation is what gets you going. And you always told me that, and you told us that it's. You woke up one day and was like, oh my God, my back is hurting. This is not good. That is your motivation. You don't want to be in pain.
Yeah.
But then you said it yourself. You are not in pain every day, which means that you will not think about it every day. So that you need to build in something else that keeps you going. So how would that look like?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, since you mentioned the achievement hunting, I do have a smartwatch, and I can set goals in it, I think. And maybe even with a reminder. I'm honestly not sure, but I think I can maybe make it into something like an achievement of having like a workout every second day or something.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's possible. So maybe it's like, if I do this, my watch is gonna give me an achievement or something. I
Yeah.
don't know.
I mean, that is your first task I will give you then. Like
It's
check
so
if that's
silly,
possible.
but
No, it's
I
not.
think
It's
that would help.
I mean, you're laughing, but I can say
Oh,
that like
yeah.
85% of the people I coach is the same way. We
Yeah.
are humans
That
are
is
just
reassuring. Good.
humans are just wired that way. There's like I have one friend, a very close friend of mine. He's like,
Mm.
no, I'm not setting goals. I don't need that for my training, and he's not working out. He
Yeah.
also needs the goal. Everybody needs goals somehow, and they need something to achieve over time.
Yeah.
And it was a good
Yeah,
thing.
because as you said, because the motivation is here for like 2 weeks or so, and then I'm slacking off again.
Yeah.
Because when I was on your podcast, I did stuff. I worked out and I did exercises, and I was gone again. And I did a bit again, and then then it was summer and it was too hot, and I didn't do anything. And I'm just starting to slowly get back into it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's always this up and down, but I wanted to become a routine.
Yeah.
But I failed miserably every time I tried.
You know that it's summer, it's hot. That's not going to work with me, right? I will not let you off the
Yeah.
hook there.
Well, the good thing is summer is over
Yeah.
for now. So I know.
But what did you
Okay,
what did you
that's not an
say?
excuse.
No, it's not an excuse. What did you say about? You said something about that you felt miserable when you did it.
Oh no, I failed miserably.
Oh, you
Like
failed miserably.
every time I tried to establish a routine, I just failed.
All right.
I mean, then I felt bad too
Yeah, yeah,
because why can't I do this?
yeah. All right.
But I don't have that much time. So the little time that I have for myself, I might just need for myself,
Yeah.
or I need to lie down and read something, or play games just for myself, and I don't want to work out.
I get
Even
that.
though even though it feels good, but it's just I'd rather do something else.
Yeah, I get that. The priority thing.
Yeah, exactly.
Have you ever thought about if you have very limited amount of time and you don't want to prioritize working out, you want to lay down with your stream deck and hunt achievements instead, which is fair. I buy that. But have you ever thought that that gives you less time? That you get less effective with the work you're doing, so you're actually working less effective, so it takes longer than it actually have to do?
No.
Does it make sense?
So, are you saying that if I spend my free time playing games or whatever, then I'm less effective with my work?
Or that
Is that
you
what you're saying?
maybe I'm saying that maybe you should incorporate your training in your work.
Right. How?
Because if you're doing a task that takes 4 hours, if you regularly work out, that task will probably take 3.5 or 3 hours, because you get way more effective because your brain works better.
Okay.
Because that's what we're seeing a lot of times. If we work out like continuously, the amount of time you need to work out now every week, you can see that the memory gets better. You protect the brain against brain damage. You get a better cognitive efficiency in your head, and so on. Which means that if you let your brain get better at that, you will work more efficient and more focused, which means that it will take less time. The tasks you're doing take less time. So if you prioritize workout, or if you put in workout on your work time, that means that you will do the same amount of work, but you also do the workout.
Interesting.
So, most people, when you tell life, is like, what? That is why a lot of companies today allow their workers to get off. Like in the middle of the day, you can go to the gym for an hour. That's fine. It's work time.
That's cool.
And it's also a really good insurance for not burning out or getting into a sick leave or something like that.
I need to talk to my boss about this.
Please do that. Give her a call.
I mean, obviously, streams are not going to be shorter, right?
No.
Chat, it's all good. Streams are still going to be 6 hours, right? I can't speed that up.
Yeah.
But like everything else around it.
And I mean,
thoughts.
I mean, meetings you have, like the one you have after this one or whatever. I mean, that's booked time you have with someone else, and so that's fine. That you can't do very much about that. You can.
No, of course.
If it's business meetings and stuff, you can probably push them together a little bit. I've taken mine down from an hour to 20 minutes, so I only have 20 minutes meetings right now. But there are some other stuff that you're doing when you're sitting to like fiddling with overlays or you're mailing stuff or whatever. So that kind of work gets way more efficient. But that comes into the planning later on. So we will get back to that a little bit. But
okay, yeah.
But you also said you had a smartwatch.
I do.
Yes, I'm a very big fan of SMART goals. Do you know what that is?
Oh, I feel like I've heard this before.
Yeah, you probably have. Because
is that an acronym and it stands for something?
Yes.
Yes, I've heard it before, but I can't recall it.
So SMART stands for specific, measurable, attainable, realistic, and timed cap.
Yeah.
So when you put up a goal, a goal should be those 5 things. So I want you to put up goals for yourself. Because being good health when I'm 85 and not having a back pain is not a good goal, because that's very unspecific and you can't really measure it. What is that? And so that's not very good. It's the same thing like I want big biceps. It's like, what is that? When is that? When are you done with that? It's a very unspecific. You cannot measure it and so on.
Yeah.
And I know you have told me a goal before that's like, I want to have this one. It's like, yeah, that's not really a goal.
Yeah, I also want to have muscles, like visible muscles.
Yeah.
That'd be nice.
The cool thing is that if you put up a goal, you will have muscles. But it's not a good goal to have muscles, because it's like, how do you, when do you have muscles? Like, so I want you to think about a goal. And you don't have to if you have one now, that's good.
I actually prepared.
You did?
I remember the last talk when you said that's not a good goal. I was like, okay. I still want it though.
I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. That's okay. I understand it. It does make sense because when is it done, right?
Yeah.
But I live on the fourth floor, and I never use the elevator. I always walk up, but then I'm completely out of breath. So I know that's not a strength goal and it's a stamina goal, but still, like walking up there and just being okay, that was nice. That'd be a good goal, right?
How do you measure that? When are you not out of breath?
Well, I mean, I'm just absolutely very visibly out of breath. I need to take a break to keep breathing.
Yeah. The reason why I asked, because it's pretty specific. It's a very specific goal, and it's attainable, and it's realistic. I mean, you walked up and down there, and you can say that in 5 months I will do this. So that's fine. The only thing is the measurable thing, because when you're getting in better shape, you will probably walk faster. Because if I walk, I'm in a pretty good shape. If I walk up 4 stairs, I'm getting winded because I'm walking faster. Okay. But if you walk the same,
you can.
Because I can, exactly, and I do it without thinking about it.
That is so smart. I didn't think about that.
It's okay. But what I would say, it could be a good milestone towards a goal.
Okay.
So that is why
Yeah.
So my goal, I have a goal now, and I have since I'm a runner, and I have a very specific goal, a very specific race. This race in February 2024, I will be able to run. So I know that, and I know what time frame I have, and I need to break that down into milestones. So I have a milestone that before the end of November, I will do this, and in the start of the new year, I will be in this place, and so on, up to where I am. that is also why I said when you came to me with the charity race, you were like, "Oh, this is fine. It's 3 months, and it's fine. We're going to run this far." It's like, well, it's not that a lot. It's not a lot of time. So what I would like you to do is to figure out a goal that you can have that are like based on those SMART, like those 5 category or like criterias. That is like, it can be like a year or 2 years or whatever in front of us, and then either try to break it down yourself, or we can make it together. I mean, we can talk even outside of this context. So, but I, there. So I would like you to like really like try to find a goal. It could be like you have a row machine, right?
Yeah.
Be able to to row 40 kilometers in 1 hour. I'm just making this up. I have no clue what times or distances.
Yeah, no, that sounds horrible. But
yeah, but you know, you get what I mean. Like something. It could be like that, or it could be a race you want to run again, or it could be whatever. But those 5 criteria should be met.
Okay.
Do you think
I'll
that's
think
doable?
about something.
Yeah.
Yeah. It sounds super difficult because if you're a runner, then the easy thing is, oh, there's a run. I want to run that.
Yeah, that's super easy.
I mean, just saying that's your goal is super easy. But like, if I don't want to run, then what's my goal?
Yeah. And then we fall back to the thing we talked about before, because what we're talking about is the how. How would you obtain your why? You want to be healthy when you're older. You don't want to be in pain. So how do you obtain that? Yeah, it's the goal. So what should the goal be? Well, why are you doing this? So if I like running as I do, I will not start training boxing, because boxing won't take me to my goals in running.
Yeah.
So what you need to find, like, what do I want to do? It could be like, can I talk about what you have done before, your training you did before that you want to go back to?
Oh, absolutely. Yes.
Yeah. So you did pole dancing.
I did.
Yeah.
And I do want to do that again.
Yeah. So you could put up a goal within pole dancing. That's fine. If you can do that, if you can find a good goal there.
Absolutely.
It's like so think pretty big. It mustn't be like running or biking, or like you can like elaborate that, and then you can break it down to milestones, because then it's easier to plan it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
That makes
sense.
sense.
Also, I suppose rowing is good, because rowing is like basically a full body workout, right?
It's really good. It's also cardio.
So which would then lead towards being healthy. If I just, if I row, that's already good. So I could do like, I want to be able to row either distance or time, I suppose.
Yeah.
I'll look at that.
Yeah.
And then
you can look up like either you know yourself what you're capable of, or you're looking up what other people are doing, like how are they, what is a good distance or time or whatever. I mean, there are world records, but you don't need to beat them, but
I don't think I'm gonna get close to world record.
You don't know. You start doing it, it's like, let's do this. And you can also have more than one goal, so that's fine. I have one goal in climbing also. I have different goals for different stuff, so I need to like balance that kind of exercise basically.
Okay, that's
so
good.
That's fine. And rowing is easy for you because you have the machine at home, and you if you're short of time, you can just do that for whatever time you have, and so on.
Well, you think it's easy, right? Because it's just standing there, but somehow I still don't do it.
Yeah, that's why we do this. I mean, right?
So sometimes I do, right? But you think it's easy. It's just standing there, but still.
Yeah, I know it's not easy like that, because it will. It's easy in the perspective that it doesn't take any time to go somewhere, or you don't have to like prepare stuff, and it's like it's just like warm up and do the stuff and then go into the shower.
It's the least effort, right? Yeah,
exactly. So it's easy in that
I know what you mean. Yes.
If it were easy to do it, you won't be here. You would be on the rowing machine after your stream,
and chat probably wouldn't have any questions.
Exactly. It's easy for all of them too that listening, right?
Right. Okay, goals, good.
All right, goals, yes. Also, you said before about when you started, you felt like a big failure, or you failed big, you said?
Yeah, because I just can't stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
I always stop.
Yeah. Is that a failure?
I suppose not. It's just for me it's either I do well or I fail.
Yeah. I mean, that's
I
fair.
know it's not really failing because nothing happened, right? I can still train and it's okay. But I don't know, I'm just annoyed that I can't stick with it.
Yeah. So, what is the failure? What are you failing, so to say? Because if I want to throw a ball 30 meters and I throw it 20 meters, I fail to meet my expectation of 30 meters. So that's a failure. So what is your failure then? Because if you do you have anything you aim for that you fail?
Well, I wanted to work out regularly, and that I fail.
That you fail.
It just doesn't happen. Every now and then I work out, but yeah, no, I suppose you can say that's a failure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Because I don't do it like every second day or 3 times a week or
Yeah.
X amount.
Yeah. So what do you if you reflect a little bit about your failure, because I agree with you. You can say that's a failure. If you want to do something, I want to work out 3 times a week, but I don't do it. All right, you fail yourself in that I mean, it's a failure. So if you think out loud about that, what is that failure? What does that mean? Why does it occur?
Because I don't prioritize it enough. It's not like I'm not able to do it.
Okay.
Like I can do it. But I don't want to.
Okay.
I also want to, but I don't want to because I want to do other things more.
Yeah, so it's a prioritize.
So
prioritizing
yeah, for me it's a prioritizing issue because when I say I have so much to do, I don't have time to do something. That's not true. I have time for it, right? I just don't wanna because I want to do something else more. But I can make time for it.
Yeah, I don't
I just
recognize
don't.
that at all.
How?
I very much recognize that. It's like there's so much stuff you need to do, and it's like, no, I didn't have time for that. I was like, dude, you had a lot of time to do that.
Right?
Yeah.
But yeah.
So how does it make you feel when you're like getting that feeling? It's like, okay, I'm failing. I'm not working out like enough. What does that do to you?
It's annoying. It's really annoying because I want to do it and I want to. Even though you say my goals are not really great goals because they're not smart goals, but they are still goals for me. And when I don't do what I thought I would do, it's annoying because then I know I'm not gonna get any closer to my goal. But I want to.
Yeah. So, like, first of all, there are good goals that are not smart goals. I will just say that because I'm working with smart goals just because I think it's a good way to approach them, and it's a good way. It's a pedagogical way to approach goal setting. But of course, you can have. I mean, if you want to have I want to have like visible apps. Of course, you can have that goal, but my experience is that it's more often leads to a place where you do not get satisfied than the other way around. So I'll just
I can see that.
I will just point that out for the people who are listening to this. So but it's fine. But I understand what you're meaning. So so you want to do it, but you still don't do it. So you have a failure. So what would you? Because why I ask you this is because failure is not a bad thing. I like failures, and it's like it's such a weird thing to say, and it's everybody says that today. But it is failure and success. They go hand in hand. You cannot have a success without failure, because the words are like they are against each other. So if you don't have the one, you don't have the other one. So because you need to fail. But what the point is that if you're failing, you really, really need to sit down and don't have any music or don't do anything. Just sit down and reflect about what is the failure about? Why do I fail? And then like list those things, like bullet points, like I'm not prioritizing, I don't have the right equipment, I have kids that like tug me all the time, I have whatever it is, I need to work two jobs or whatever it is. So put that down. Because if you know the reasons why you're failing, you can also start working on those. If you're just failing, and then you do the same thing again, and then you fail again, and then you do the same thing again, and you fail again. It's like, then you don't learn from the failure. Then failure is very, very, it pushes you down a lot. It takes you into a mental place where you don't want to be, and you will lose the fight against it. So, but when failure is good, is when you learn from it.
Yeah.
So the first thing I gave to you was actually look at your smartwatch, see if you can plan. The other one is to make a goal.
I need to take notes now.
Yeah. I will also take notes. And the third thing I want you to do is to list why do you fail.
Yeah.
I mean, that can be super hard to do, but really sit down, take some time, take whatever. I don't know how long you can sit down and like focus your own mind, but like, I don't know, 20 minutes or so. Just think about that.
I love that you said that because I don't do that.
No, I know.
I will try.
Yeah, yes. We will. So in this session, we will focus on the goal setting and then the physical, like to get the physical thing going. But the other, there's a mental thing to this too, but that might be a little bit much to go into that today. But the mental thing is a very, when I coach like runners, that is one of the first things I force them to do is like, you will sit down 30 minutes 4 times a week and you will have no sound, you will have no input at all, and you will just sit there and be in your mind. Because when you are running for like 5-6 hours in one go, there's like, you have a lot of time to spend inside your mind. And if you meet people who are doing like extreme sports like ultra running or mountaineering or stuff like that, they are very used to be inside their mind for a very, very long time. Those people are also very calm, they are very focused, and they're very humble. And it's because they have met all their darkest demons in your mind. And when you're doing the exercise, like when you exercise a lot and do a lot of training, it heals your brain and it protects it. There's a chemical reaction in the brain that protects it against anxiety and depression and like toxins and stuff. So, but you need to get used to that. And most people don't go out there for 8 hours and just like run. So you need to practice it. Yeah. So you need to practice it in another context way, which is just let's sit down in a park under a tree for half an hour and just be in your mind. And
is that like a meditation? Or
it's like meditation. It's like meditation is one way you could do it. I don't meditate because I'm not able to, but I have other ways to reflect over my thinking. I'm using self-reflection very much, and I do that a lot in my trainings. Like, and that is what I'm pushing you towards a little bit now. That you will sit down and reflect about your failures. Like, think about your failures. What are they? Why do I do them? Why I keep doing them? How does it make me feel? Because that's very important. How does it make me feel? What feelings does it spark? Does it spark like self-loathing, or does it spark that I spiral into a depression or stuff like that? Because the further down into that cone you're going, the harder it is to step out of it and actually get going what you want to do. So, and I mean, it's the same thing with work or whatever. So, all right.
Okay.
Does it make sense?
Yeah, it does make sense.
Good. But as I said, that's like for a little bit further down the line, maybe. All right. So we have the whys and the hows. Yeah. So the next thing, what do you want to do? What are you going to do? You have your why. We have talked a little bit about that. We have the how. So we want the goals and we want the reflection of the failures. So what are you going to do to be able to go there?
You mean like schedule workouts?
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Well, I'm going to schedule workouts.
So, okay, yeah. I knew you would say that.
Yeah, because I know that that's going to help me.
Yeah.
Because I've never done that before. I don't know why, but I know how it works. So I know that if I schedule workouts and I say, I don't know, half an hour on Monday, whatever, then I'll actually do it. Because that time is then taken away from work. I can't do any work then. I just, I'm going to sit on my rowing machine or whatever. So that's definitely something I'll do.
Yep.
I'll look into what my watch can do as well to remind me. My problem is finding the right time to do something. Because I've got a full work day and then I end my stream at 7. By that time, I'm absolutely starving and I need food. So I can't really get a proper workout in. What I could do is maybe like 5 to 10 minutes something, which I suppose is better than nothing, right? But I can't really do more because otherwise I'm just going to starve. So, which is a bit difficult because I'd love to just work out late. I don't know.
Like late,
also,
late?
I'm tired.
Well.
Yeah, so the problem is, okay, well, not super late, but like after the stream, before dinner would be ideal, but like there is no time because I'm starving. And then once it gets later, once I'm already comfy on the couch, I can't get up again to work out. Like that's over. So I kind of need, it would be ideal to go from I am working now to I'm working out and then I get comfortable.
Yeah.
But I can't really do that.
Work and then couch, that's exercise death. That's like a few people
can get out of that. That's the end of the day. That's it.
Yeah. And how about before streaming, like in the morning?
Yeah. That's the time where I can focus on off-stream work, and there's always so much that it just never ends. And I'm still playing catch-up with projects that I started at Gamescom. That's 2 months ago, and I still haven't finished all of that. So my pile of work is just never going away.
Yeah.
Absolutely never. But then I realized that recently, and I realized that, sometimes things just take longer and it's okay. So at least now I'm not overworking myself right now, because otherwise I would have just then continued working after dinner. I'm not doing that anymore. It also doesn't help with work going away, but my mental health is better.
Yeah.
So I suppose I just have to take that one step further and then take away from the like work time in the morning and reassign it.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking is that, because I've heard you say this before also, that you try to find when on the day you're going to work out, and that is also like, it has to be right for your body to do it. I am like late afternoon workout person. I always run or climb in the evening. I cannot do it in the morning. Some people are like, I'm waking up at 4 a.m. and run 10 kilometers. And it's like, hell no, I'm not going up that early. So you need to find like when on the day it's good. And I understand you cannot do it during stream, of course. And it's like, okay, bye for an hour. I go like whatever. That doesn't work. So I get that. But if you think about this, because I was about to say, I don't have any like filters when it comes to this, but so how old are you now? You're like,
I'm 30.
30, exactly. So you're still young. So it's all the effects of overworking have not come yet. It will come in 10 years.
Okay.
I'm sorry. But it's like, it's because the pile of work will never go down. You will always add new projects. And I say this because I know you. Yeah. So what I would say is that I think you can go through that pile of work by taking away some time and treat your brain and your body more.
Yeah.
Because if you do that, you will get smarter. If you put in exercise, you will get smarter.
And I get faster, or at least that's what you said earlier.
Exactly, because when you get smarter, you work more efficient. And you will also make better calls, probably, because I bet there are projects that are like, they're like passion projects, but you might not afford these days to do those.
Yeah.
So you need to maybe make a little bit more balanced choices when it comes to those, and those are more easy to do when your brain is more like on point on that. I don't say it is like that. I'm assuming stuff here now. And so what I would say is that like workout is work for you. Since you do not like it, you don't like leisurely like, oh, let's go work out because it's so fun. At least not now.
Yeah, I mean, pole dance, it was different.
Yeah.
But then I just need to start that again, right? Because if I do that, that's super fun. I love doing that. I went, I don't know, sometimes twice a week.
Yeah. And then it's also, you cannot decide when, because they decide
Yeah, because those were classes, exactly.
So,
yeah.
But it also it doesn't mean that if you do something now, you can't change it. You can always change stuff, and I would suggest try doing stuff like try doing workout before stream, like once or twice a week, and then 1 or 2 days a week you do after stream. So you test both which works best for you, and then you reschedule after that. So you need to find your way forward.
Yeah.
Because it's very important that it fits your schedule.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I can do that because I don't stream on Friday and Saturday, and then Sunday afternoon I also don't stream. So I could definitely switch it up and have, early in the week I work out in the morning or before stream, and then the second half of the week, the weekend, I could work out in the afternoon.
Yeah. So how many times a week, or how much do you want to work out? How much do you want to work out, and what is realistic?
That is really good, because when I think about, I'm going to start working out now, I'm going to be super fit. I'm thinking about working out at least every second day. Mm-hmm. But I've realized that whenever I have this burst of motivation, I completely overdo it.
You're not alone.
Yeah, and then I start working out, and it's a great first session, and then my muscles ache all over, and I can't work out for like 4 days.
Yeah, that's very common.
Oh, it's really funny. Yeah, I don't know, something that's feasible.
I wonder if someone listening to this now in chat or on the podcast afterwards was like, no, I've never done that. I never overdid. It's like everybody's like, yeah, I've been there, done that.
Me.
I mean, even if like I have like I don't know, 35 years of experience of pretty heavy training, I still do that. I did that the other day. I was like, no, I'm going to do this. And I was like, well, climbing. Me and my friend were climbing the whole day. And it's like the day after, it's like, oh my God, I'm so teared up. It's like, I cannot do anything. It's like, yeah.
Yeah, that's very reassuring. Thank you. I don't know. I want to work out at least twice a week.
All right.
But I want more.
You want more. Mm-hmm.
I really want to be serious about this. Yes.
Yeah. So if we say that, okay, so two days a week or 2 times a week, is that like realistic for you to do that?
That is realistic. Yeah.
That is realistic. All right. So then I want you to.
The question is how long?
Yeah. Well, how long do you want? I mean.
I don't know.
I know. If you look at it from two perspectives of this. The first perspective, if you're gonna want to like get muscles and like look good, like Instagram good, those people on Instagram that look good and have muscles, they work out
every day.
Every day. They're like living at the gym. And that is a picture that is very ingrained in our minds because we see it in all social media. And it's not possible for people to get to that level because they live in the gym. Our friend
Street
Grind?
Street Grind.
Yeah, he's super ripped. If you look at his...
He lives there.
Yes.
Yeah.
If you look at his schedule, working out, it's a lot. Which is fine, because if that is your like whole life, it's fine. And I know a lot of people doing that, and it's fine. I worked out before. I had workout every day. I ran 15 kilometers every day for 5 days. And then 6 days I ran at least 3 hours. And then I have 1 rest day. And then I went down. I didn't have muscles.
Wow.
And I combined that with climbing. I didn't have muscles because I did not go to the gym and like lift stuff.
Yeah.
So that is one perspective. If you want to have like visible muscles, you really need to put in the time there.
I know.
The other perspective is, if you want this for your brain health and also to get like healthy fit, the most like it's a little bit like individually, but the most optimal thing is to do 45 minutes of cardio 3 times a week.
Okay, wait.
Wait. That is the most optimal.
Okay.
Yeah, but that is also for a lot of people that is very hard to get in. So if someone gets 5 minutes 2 times a week, that's better than nothing. But the optimal is 45 minutes 3 times a week cardio. because cardio is better than like go out running or biking or whatever. That's way better than going to the gym and lift weights. Lift weights on the gym is good. It's
also more fun. I mean, lifting weights is more fun.
Well, who do you talk to?
I know.
I understand that, and it's better to go to the gym and do like 20 minutes twice a week than not doing anything else. It is absolutely better. It's a tremendous difference for your body and your mind to do that. So I would say that if you think going to the gym is better or more fun, and you will do that, by all means do that. Because when people are like, well, how should I do how could I start running? It's like, do you like running? No, don't run. There's like absolutely no point in doing it. You should do what you like to do. The thing is that cardio is better. There's no way to like go around that, but cardio is better. But it's better to do anything. So like rowing, your rowing machine is really good because that's cardio, but it's also strength training. And I have tried pole dancing, and that's freaking exhausting. So that's a good. I know. It's more strength training, but it's still a little bit of cardio.
Yeah, no, that's true.
Yeah.
But when I say I want to have visible muscles, I don't want to look like Street Grind. I mean, he looks amazing, but like that's too much for me.
No, I mean that's bodybuilding. So
yeah. But when I did pole dancing, I have those muscles, right? So I didn't have to go to the gym and lift weights. I suppose I just lifted me, right? But I want that again. I stopped when I started streaming basically because I didn't have time for it anymore. So that was
like 4 or 5 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah. So I did it about 2 years. So 7 to 5 years ago.
Yeah. Back in those days. But then you were like 21 where you were like thinking muscles and then you, whoa, ripped. It's like, when you get over 30, it's more like, okay. It's like,
right?
No, but it's fine. If you go, I would say if you go start pole dancing, do that 2-3 times a week, you will totally get muscles. Of course you will that.
Absolutely,
Of course.
Yeah.
And also if you do that, and also if you go to the gym or something, you can get cardio in. It's pretty easy. Just get the skipping rope and do that for 10-15 minutes and you get the cardio. It's like, it's not it's not 45 minutes, but it's still cardio. So that's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm sorry, I forgot. Did you say 3 times a week or did you say 2 times a week was realistic?
Well, I said 2, but if you say like 4 to 5 minutes a day, I can do that.
No, I didn't say that. I said that was the optimal 45 minutes for 3 days a week. But if it's realistic for you, 20 minutes 2 times a week, for instance, then that's what you should go for.
Yeah. I know you said optimal, but the thing is, and I'm surprised by that actually, because when I row, I can do 10 minutes, maybe 12, but then I have to stop because it's too much already.
Yeah.
And I feel like, I mean, with rowing, it's okay. But if we say I go for a run and I run for 10 minutes, I don't feel like I've accomplished something because it's so short. But then when you say the optimal is 4 to 5 minutes of cardio, then that's actually, if I run 10 minutes, that sounds good then.
Yeah, I mean, you can
run. It's not too short.
Run for 10 minutes and walk for 35 if you want to have the 45, for instance. But I mean, it's again, you don't have to run if you don't want to. And,
I know.
And 10 minutes of rowing, it's perfectly fine. The thing is that if you do 10 minutes of rowing, like 2 times a week for half a year, that will be way too easy for you. Because you will build up muscles pretty quick and you will get the cardio pretty quick.
Okay.
And also if you are like exhausted after 10 minutes, then you probably go pretty hard and pretty fast. So if you turn down the resistance a little bit and do it slower, you can probably go longer. So that's like as a balance.
Yeah.
But I want you to write down, we did a contract, right? We made a commitment contract.
Sorry, yes we did.
Yeah. Do you have that?
I do. Chat is saying you said 45 and I say 425.
No, 45. 45. Not
right.
4,
I did mishear that.
Yeah. Oh, now I understand why you said 10 minutes of running, because I was like, no, that's not enough if you're...
Right. Yeah, no, I did mishear that. Thank you, chat.
45. Okay. Yeah. So like what Reza said, 45 times 3. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Because some there's like, oh my god, I freak out when I see those Instagrams like, do those push-ups for 3 minutes a day a month and you get those muscles. It's like, no,
Yeah.
that's not working.
Of course.
That's not how to do it. So
all right, so 45 minutes, that's a time commitment.
I mean, it's optimal. I also say
Yeah.
that I know it's hard for a lot of people to get 45 minutes in 3 times a week.
Yeah.
So
I probably can't. I'm gonna start with less, definitely less. Because then if I can do that and I can make that into a routine, I can feel good about myself because I've I've established it, and I can probably go a bit longer. But
now I'm proud of you, because that's how you need to think about it.
Thank you.
I would probably do a bit less. I was like, yes, Kiri, good. It's like, finally.
Right. So how about 20 minutes?
If you think you can,
I don't know.
I cannot tell you what to do. That is why it's called a coach. I'm not your trainer. If I was your trainer, I would tell you should do 20 minutes 3 times a week. I'm not telling you that, and I'm not saying that it's the best for you. But I would say, but I'm a coach, and I'm asking you, what is realistic for you to do? And if you say 5 minutes twice a week, I'm fine with that. Then we have to work from that.
Of course, yeah.
So what is realistic for you?
I mean, especially with rowing, I know I can do 12 minutes, but then I'm done really, because then my arms hurt and I'm just not used to it. So I'm gonna start with that. I'm gonna start with 12 minutes. Let's say twice a week, and I see if I can do more.
Yeah. So 12 minutes rowing.
Yeah.
2 times a week.
Yeah, then maybe I can do something else as well.
Can I adjust it a little bit?
Yeah.
So
absolutely.
I would like you to do like 6 minutes one time, and do it pretty heavy and pretty fast, so you get like a little bit of a really hard push for 6 minutes, and then the next 6 minutes you do way easier, like on the easiest and very slow, so you get a very like slow. So one time you do that, and then one time you do 12 full minutes, but you do it a little bit more equal over the time, so in between, like very heavy and very light.
Okay.
Do you understand what I mean by that? So that one of the times of the week you do super heavy and super light in the same exercise or in the same workout, and then once a week you do the 12 minutes, but you do it like in the middle somewhere where you can do 12 minutes. You should not be exhausted after those 12 minutes. You should but you should feel in your body as like, oh, that was a good workout.
Yeah.
But the first one where you have 6 plus 6, then you should be like super tired.
Yeah. Okay. Does it matter with which I start, like with a slow or with
you should start with a hard one.
Intense. Okay, intense first and then slow.
But you need to be warmed up. You cannot just go straight from the streaming chair right there and like, because then you will hurt yourself.
No, that's gonna hurt. Yeah.
Yeah. So you need to warm up a little bit, like put it on the easiest one and just row for like 2-3 minutes to get the pulse going, and then you turn it up and like push it for 6 minutes, and if you cannot push it for 6 minutes, push it for 3, and then. But you need to do that. Work
myself up.
Yeah. So when you are able to do 6 plus 6 in a proper day, you feel like, oh my god, I push for 6 minutes now, and then I take it easy for 6 minutes. When we are there, we can start like adjusting a little bit.
Yeah, I can do that.
All right. So do you have did you print the commitment thing?
I did. But my printer is, also chroma key. Well, my printer does not work, but I put it on my Remarkable. I'm just trying to pull it up now.
Remarkable, what is that?
It's an e-ink tablet.
Oh, okay. Cool.
So it's... Put it here. There we go.
There
I've
we
got
go.
it here. So maybe you can show it on stream, but if you'd like, I don't know. But I do have it here, and I can sign it here and make it super official.
Can you show it again, because I think it showed, but take it a little bit to your. There we go. So we have made a contract like this, or I made a contract.
Oh
like
wait,
this.
I have to. Yeah,
Oh,
there we go.
There we go. So it's just basically a commitment contract. So we're writing a contract. Yeah, it's okay. That Kiri will sign, and
yes.
I saw that one. I can put this. Let's see if this works now. I take one question from the audience, from chat. Hopefully this shows up on stream now. There we go. It's from Dap Dude. How does a contract help? So that was a good question when we were talking about the contract. The contract helps, and we talked about this before, so it's not like super new for you. Like, oh my God, what is this? That it's the reason why we do this. The contract is a contract between you and yourself. So a contract, we do this so that you commit to yourself to do this. And the reason why there's no legal stuff in this, I will never like, oh, you broke the contract with me or whatever. It's just because it gets more real. Because when Kiri now signs the contract, she signs a deal with herself to do that. And it gets more real. And my experience, I always do that with the people I coach. And it's no like a big deal. It's just it's more for like the commitment. But people tend to feel more committed to write a contract. And I have done this with my friends when I am like, yay, we got it there. So 2 times a week, Kiri hereby commit to content, to have the content of this contract. And this she signed Kiri. Good.
Yeah.
Yes. So I sometimes do that with my friends when I'm like, I want to run this race. And I was like, this is the contract to myself. Can we sign this together? And they're like, yeah, sure. Because then I'm like signing something, and we are very used to when we sign stuff, we need to do it.
Yeah. I feel like I work the same.
Yeah, you do. That's for sure.
Also, now we've done this live, right? So people are watching this. Yeah. You all know it. I've committed to this.
The accountability is huge right now.
Exactly, right? And also feel free to, if you see me in Discord or in chat somewhere, just feel free to ask me, hey, how's the workout going?
So can we talk a little bit about
that?
Can we talk a little bit about that? The like holding yourself accountable, and I mean, I will hold you accountable. That's one point of having a coach, of course. But how do you think about that? How do you want that both from me, but also from yourself? And that is the most important in this conversation. So how will you hold yourself accountable for this? Because I will hold you accountable because I'm your coach.
Okay, so what I've done with other things, like, I don't know, certain tasks that I have to do for work, I put them in my calendar. I'll turn on notifications for that specific task, and I don't remove the notification from my phone until it's done. I don't want notifications on my phone, so I want to get this done, and then I can remove it, and then I can tick it off as in, I've done this achievement.
Yeah.
So that's the way, I suppose.
And you usually do that for other stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's a good way to do that for training then.
Yeah, because if I plan to put it in my calendar anyways, then I'll just turn on notifications that my phone is going to tell me, hey, workout time. And I can't remove it until it's done.
That's good. So do you have set days do you think of that where you want to do the workouts?
Well, not yet, but I just looked at my notifications. Oh, horrible. I said twice a week. What is today? Tuesday. Well, I can't start today because afterwards I still have something.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna start tomorrow. No. So tomorrow I'm gonna start putting the training in the calendar. Because I already have so much to do tomorrow, and that would just give me anxiety if I now have to cram this in.
And I will stop you a little bit here. I don't want you to start putting the workouts in the calendar just yet, because I want you to do the other stuff first. I want you to put up a goal first.
Yeah.
And I also want you to sit down and think about this failure thing. Why do you fail? Why have you failed before? Yeah. Because I think that first of all, you need a goal before you start doing it. And you really need to think about why do you fail before? Because if you are not really like thinking about that and getting somewhere with that, you will fail again. I mean, it's less chance because I will pester you.
Still, but I also want to do well. I don't want you to be disappointed in me.
I will not be disappointed in you. I will never be that. But I will. I don't want you to be disappointed at yourself, and I don't want you to fall back to the same thing again. Because the reason why we are doing this, and you said it a number of times, you're serious about this and you want to do this.
I am.
So then you also need to know, why did you tend to fail before? Yeah. And I think that is very, very important for you to really dig into and try to understand before you start planning too much. Of course, you can start planning and you can put it in, like, look into what days would work best, and you can start putting it into your, I mean, it's just starting. So that's, but you should have your focus on those two things, like goals and the failure.
I get it.
Yeah, but start working out by all means. It's like no, you can't.
I mean, of course, you're not going to tell me don't work out yet.
No, we're starting the 1st of November. Then it's the first rowing session. Like no,
no, but I get what you mean. I should put my focus somewhere else.
Yeah.
So I can definitely do that over the weekend, and get all my homework done.
Yeah.
And then I can also start with a fresh week and put the training in there for next week.
Yeah.
Of course, I'll talk to you about this, but
yeah. Of course. And I think you can, at least one time this week, you can start working out. I mean,
I would have done something anyways, like, you know, at least do some kettlebell exercise for like 5 minutes or something. Yeah.
The kettlebell stuff, the swings and the lifts. And
yeah.
I remember when you did that, I was like, oh my God, it's so hard.
Holy. I couldn't sit down for like 3 days because my eyes hurt so much.
They are good. I mean, you know the exercise I do on stream for the subs when I spin the wheel. Those are the goblet squats. It's the swings and those kettlebell lifts. If you do those 3, like 5 of each in 3 sets, it's a proper workout.
Oh, definitely, yeah, absolutely. Okay. Taking notes.
So that's good.
That's what I'm going to focus on. Yeah.
So focus on goal, setting up a goal, and then we will talk about like you can start trying also break it down in like shorter terms because the goal
and the milestones.
It should be a long-term goal, and then you break it down to milestones.
Yeah.
Because it is like having a running, like it's a marathon. It's not a sprint, because you will not fix this in half a year or even a year, because it takes longer. And our main goal is to that I'm not needed anymore. I mean, that's my goal of this.
Yeah.
I will always be there though, but yeah, you understand what I mean.
I do.
So you will hold yourself accountable by planning it and the notification system, because that works on other stuff. So we'll try that. If that doesn't work, we'll talk about it again. How do you want others to, or some people don't want others to hold accountable? Are you okay? Do you want that, or do you not want it?
I don't want it to get annoying, obviously. It's not like...
I mean, you are not getting annoying. That you will never think about that.
Yeah, but like I don't want people to ping me on Discord and say, hey, have you done this already? But like, you know, when I'm streaming and I don't know, we're talking about whatever in chat, and then say, hey, how's the workout? Not as in, have you done this already? Because you said you're going to do it. But like, just, you know, inquire about it. Or say, maybe I can motivate other people too, right? And then say, hey, I'm working out today. What about you? Stuff like that. So
more in discussion form, more than like, have you done this?
Like, I give you permission to ask me that, Fahloin. Like, you can totally ask me, have you done this already? Because you said you would. But for everybody, do not ping me on Discord, Nero. But for everybody else, it's, you know, just talk about it. You know, let's have a conversation about workout and exercise and motivation. But also, I do have that motivation channel in my Discord. We mainly use it for workouts, actually.
Yeah.
So I don't know if I'll think about posting every time I do a workout, but maybe on the day that I plan to do a workout, maybe I'll put it in the morning or whenever the workout's going to be. Like, today I'm planning on doing a workout. Yeah. Because then I'm holding myself accountable again, because I've mentioned it there. So I should also do it, because otherwise I'd look stupid. Yeah. So you can try that too.
Can I adjust it a little bit?
Yes.
So I think it's a really good idea, and to do that, I would like you to not do it always, because as we wrote to each other the other day, and it was like, everything we do now is like, can I make content from this? And I would like you to have the workout, like at least half of the workouts you should have for yourself. I will not ask you every workout, like, have you done that? Have you done that? I will ask you after a time period, how are you doing with this? Does it work out or not? Or do we need to do adjustments and so on? Because this is for you, and you need to do it, and no one else like should, or you shouldn't be dependent of other people holding you accountable. You should do it yourself.
Yeah.
So I would say, like, so I don't think you should, but the day you're going to have the workout, put that on Discord or telling me or whatever. I think you should save that for times when it gets harder, when you're like, you cannot keep it up, when you constantly need a reminder, why am I doing this, or something like that. Then you should do it. Then you should like use me and use your community to really like pester you, because that's when it's needed.
Yeah.
When it's just as flowing on, you don't need to do it all the time. Of course, you should talk about it and slow on, but you should not put it up there. No, I'm going to do this today. It's like, you don't need to do that. I think it will be a chore for you to do that.
Yeah.
And the
that makes so much sense.
The workout is still a chore, or already a chore for you. So you should not like put even more on that. It's like, when I did that. When I did it, started as a run streak. I would run every day for 365 days. And it's like, it turned into a chore for me. It's like, I need to do this now. So I was like, fuck this. 20 days in, I was like, nope, this is not working for me. So then I quit it. And that's also very important. If you feel that anything we have talked about now does not work, then you should tell me that, and we should talk about it. And it's not a failure. It's an adjustment of what you're doing. If a failure would be that you put up a goal, we do all this stuff, you start doing it, you're planning it, you're putting up the accountability for yourself, you're finding out why you fail to get into a routine, and then half a year in, you're like, no, I'm just going to eat chips. It's like, what? That for me would be a failure, that you just like turn around and it's like, nope, not doing this, never again. That would be like, that's very strange, because now I want to be unhealthy and I want to be in pain.
Yeah, I know that.
It's like, and that will not
I don't see that happening.
So failure is more, when I see failure, is more like, when you say failure as like, I can't get into a routine, I don't see that as a failure. I see it more like, you don't know what to do. So it's more like about knowledge and experience. And I mean, that's what we as coaches uses a lot. So yeah. So the accountability thing, use it when it's needed, but not always.
All right. I'll do that.
All right. I'm sorry, chat. It's like, you cannot pester her all the time.
No, I actually really like that. Like what you said makes so much sense. I just didn't think about it before, but I very much like that.
Good. You could also say that I don't like that, I want to do that, because if you feel that way, you should do that, because it's important that you feel comfortable with it, and that you find your way. As I said, I should be like not needed eventually.
No, absolutely. But no, I like what you said a lot.
Good. All right. So you have some tasks to do now.
I do.
I have 5 things that I've put up that you have like committed to now during this conversation.
All right.
So it's look at the smartwatch to see if you have some possibilities there. And I mean, there's a million different technical devices that you can use. So we can talk about that if the smartwatch doesn't work. Put up a goal and start doing breaking it down to milestones. You need to sit down for however long you can focus your mind on your mind. Try to figure out, why do I fail to get into a routine? What is it in me that does this? And the 4th thing is 12 minutes of rowing 2 times a week. Yeah. That was 4 things. I said 5. I have 4.
Yeah, you said 5.
Yeah, I have 4.
Okay, good. 4.
It's been a long day.
I have those too. All right, that's okay. I have that too. I've noted it down, and I'll get to that this week.
Good. Do you want to have a deadline on those for me to like, have you done those things?
By the end of the week. I'll get it done.
All right. We'll talk about that afterwards.
Yeah.
Good. All right. I think we are going to wrap up a little bit.
I feel very excited now. Super motivated again. But also very thoughtful about what you've said and what my next tasks are, what I've got to do. I don't know. That felt really good. I've got a lot to think about now.
That's good. Kiri?
Yeah.
Thank you for joining in here. It was a joint decision though, but it's
Yeah, no, absolutely. Thank you for agreeing to this.
Yeah. I was a little bit nervous to do this because it's a long time since I coached individually like this, but it will work out fine. It's good to have a pupil that is good. There is good.
Yeah. I'll definitely show you that I can do this.
Yeah, I know you can do this, and I will help you. And so never hesitate to DM me or so. You're not a pain anywhere because I also agreed to this. So I know.
Thank you. Yes.
Yeah. All right.
I'll reach out after, or like once I'm done, latest at the end of the week. But I'll reach out and we talk about this.
Yeah. Sounds
good. It was really good. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
As I said, this was really, really good and eye-opening, and I've got a lot to think about now.
Yeah.
But all good things. I'm very motivated.
That's good.
So thank you very much.
So we need to keep this up when this motivation goes away.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
But it's good. But you write down thoughts and questions and stuff like that because when you're processing all this what we are talking about today, you write down questions and like thoughts, and then we keep on talking about this.
Yeah.
All right.
I will do that.
I will let you run.
Perfect.
So you can rest a little bit and run to your next appointment.
Yes, I will do that.
So chat, say thank you and bye to Kiri, and you know where to find her. We can we shout out Kiri so we can get the I bet most people know you, but if they don't, they need to go over there and follow Kiri. All right, Kiri, run away. I will stay a little bit more.
Yes, I will do that.
Yeah.
Bye chat and bye Fahloin. Thank you.
Bye Kiri. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of Activecast. If you want to know more about the topics we talked about, don't be shy to post a comment on YouTube channel. You can also send your questions directly to Activecast through Twitter or mail to activecastpod@gmail.com. You find links and addresses in the show notes and in the description of the episode on YouTube. I would appreciate it a lot if you rate and review the podcast wherever you listen to it. And if you really want to support the podcast, a review on Apple Podcasts is the most impactful thing to do. You can also subscribe and interact on YouTube. Thank you so much for listening, and I'll talk to you again in 2 weeks.